guys, so for this tutorial I'm going to be using my scissors, my stitch marker, my yarn and my size 4mm hook as always. So this tutorial is a continuation from the last tutorial. I realized that I still had some yarns left, so I decided to just make a shirt to go with the ultra crop sweater. So for this tutorial you're going to be working with 2 panels, the same way you worked with 2 panels for the sweater. But you're going to be working with the left and the right panel. So I'm going to start by making a chain of 40. You can make it longer, it all depends on how long you want the shirt to be or how short you want the shirt to be. I'm just going to make a total of 40 chains. So I ended up making a total of 45 chains instead of 40 chains because I realized that 40 chains was too short, so I made it 45 chains instead. Now I'm going to chain 1 and just continue with 1 double crochet in each stitch. So for the first row, I'm just putting in 1 double crochet in each stitch till I get to the end of the row. Now I've come to the end of the row and I did 1 double crochet in each stitch. For the second row, I'm going to chain 1 and turn over. From here on, I'll be working with the back loop of each stitch. So I'll be putting 1 double crochet into the back loop of each stitch. So you're just going to continue this until you get to the end of the row, then you chain 1 and continue with what you did for row 2. So you're just going to continue this till you have the amount of rows you want for your panel, and then I'll show you what to do next. So just keep on working 1 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch till you have the length or the amount of rows you want. So now I have a total of 30 rows. So I did a total of 30 rows of double crochet in the back loop, and then I did 5 rows for the crotch, which I'm going to show you for this second panel. So the 2 panels are identical. I did a total of 30 rows for both panels, and as you can see, I already did the crotch part for this side, which is the same as what I'm going to do for this. So I'm going to show you how I did the crotch. So for this, you're just going to tie your yarn and then chain 1, go back into the same stitch, go back into the same stitch with 1 double crochet. Now you're going to put 1 double crochet in the first 20 stitches. So I'm just putting 1 double crochet in the first 20 stitches. Now I have 1 double crochet in the first 20 stitches. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to decrease in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over and go into the 21st stitch, yarn over and put through 2, yarn over and go into this next stitch, yarn over and put through 2, yarn over and put through 2, yarn over and put through 2. So I have my decrease. Now chain 1 and turn over. You're going to do a decrease in the first 2 stitches. So yarn over and go into the first stitch, yarn over and put through 2, yarn over and go into the next stitch, yarn over and put through 2, yarn over and put through 2, yarn over and put through 2. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So you're going to do a total of 5 rows of decrease, because I did a total of 5 rows of decrease. So I'm just going to keep on decreasing at this end until I have a total of 5 rows. So now I'm done with the 2 panels and they're both identical. So what I did was I did 5 rows of decrease on the side and 5 rows of decrease on the side. Also for the second panel, I did 5 rows of decrease on the side and 5 rows of decrease on the other side. So now as you can see, I either joined one side of the panel together, which I'm going to show you how to do. So since this is the back, I'm going to turn this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my stitch marker to mark off where I have my, at this end where I did my last decrease. So this is going to be the crotch, the part between the legs, and then this is going to be the body of the shirts. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch all the way down to where my stitch marker is. So I have my needle which I already threaded. So I noted the end so that when I'm sewing the 2 panels, this is not going to pull through. That's why I noted the end. Now just go through it again with the needle. Or you can join the 2 panels with your hook and then use a single crochet to join the 2 panels. All depends on which one you're comfortable with. So now I'm just going to be stitching the 2 ends together. Now I'm done stitching the body of the shirt and the crotch area, and this is what the front looks like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch the legs. So instead of cutting my yarn, I'm going to continue with the same yarn. So I'm going to work on one leg and move to the other leg. So just place these 2 middle together to make sure they are well placed. Sorry. So now that I have the middle well placed, I'm going to stitch one leg. So I'm done with the shirt, and we have the legs and the crotch between the 2 legs. We're going to work on the waistband of the shirt. So I'm going to start by attaching my yarn at one end. So I'm just going to attach my yarn at any end. For the waistband, just make the amount of chain you want for the length of your waistband. I'm going to make a chain of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chain 1 and put 1 single crochet in each stitch. Now I've come to the end of the row. You're going to skip one stitch. So skip this stitch and go into the next stitch with one single crochet, with one slip stitch. Then slip stitch into the next stitch, turn over, put one single crochet in the back loop. So from here on, you're going to be putting one single crochet in the back loop of each stitch because you want to have that rib line. Chain one, turn over, put one single crochet in the back loop of each stitch till you get to the end of the row. Now I've come to the end of the row. I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch and then slip stitch into the next stitch to start a new round, turn over and continue with one single crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So you're going to continue with this till you're done going around the waistband or the waist hole with the waistband. I'm done with the waistband of the short, so I just went around with the waistband and then joined the two ends with a single crochet. So this is where I joined the two ends. So that's it for this tutorial. This is what the shirt looks like. So don't forget to subscribe if you liked this tutorial, and you can always leave a comment down in the comment section if there's anything you want me to explain. And also, if there's any tutorial you want me to do for you, you can always leave the suggestion down in the comment section, and I'm definitely going to reply and maybe do a tutorial on what you want. Thank you so much again for watching. See you guys in my next video.